Hey guys, what's up? It's iJevin. How is everybody doing? Welcome back to another Minecraft news video. Now, I know I posted one yesterday, and I apologize for posting one again today. Typically, I wouldn't do them that close together. But as soon as I posted yesterday's video, somebody actually tweeted me this picture that Jeb put on his Instagram, and I was like, derp! No, I should have had that in my news video, but it happens, so we're covering it now. So this was tweeted about 3 days ago from Jeb, talking about Minecon, which is coming up in like, was it like a week? It'll be like, it's about a week, I'd say. Anyways, so there's like so much to this picture, it's crazy. Like, typically when we're in the end, all we see is just the end stone and some obsidian towers. And so this picture right here is crazy because it's just got so much stuff, and I don't even see obsidian towers in this. So what I've done is, through the magic of Photoshop, I have enhanced this picture. So let's go ahead and switch over to that. I added a bunch of exposure to it, and that allows us to see a lot better as to what this is. So the first thing I want to talk about is, this is really the first major change that's coming to terrain that we've had for 1.9. I mean, most of it's been entity and player changes, so this is pretty exciting stuff, right? Now, they had talked about doing end changes before, but there really wasn't ever any sort of confirmation for that. So the first thing I want to talk about are these, like, I want to kind of call them end crystals, but I'm not exactly sure what they would be called. Sort of like reefs or vegetation. They're the purple crystals sort of in the bottom of the picture. Those, I'm not sure what those will be considered, but they almost remind me of like end glowstone. I don't think they give off light though, because if they did, this picture would be a lot different looking. But it seems like there's a lot of these like everywhere, right? Because like in the background you can see all the shadows and stuff, and so it seems like there's a lot of vegetation. Pretty much. And so what I'm thinking that this is I think that you mine these, and it's going to drop some sort of piece of end crystal or end stone, not end stone, but what I think it's going to do is it's going to make a new block. Because if you look up into the picture, up into the further of the picture, into that bigger structure up there, you're going to notice that there's a new purple block, and that purple block is not in the game right now. So what I'm thinking is when you mine these crystals, it's going to give you a piece to craft that purple block. Now that's the only thing I could think of, because that does make sense, but at the same time, you know, it's still pretty cool to think about this. Now there's another thing that really kind of catches my eye in this picture, is that I'm not sure if they're using purple glass or if it's like a new purple see-through block, but if you look at some of those houses up there, you can kind of tell that that it does look a little bit like a window, but you can't really tell. It's just too far away. Now, here's the thing with this picture. There's these little houses, right? Now, what could be in those houses? That's the interesting part, right? Is that going to be where our loot for the end is going to be now? But another thing that really interests me is the fact that these are all connected. Now, it may not look like they're all connected, and some of them aren't connected. Like, if you look, you see where it says Minecon Hype. If you look right next to Hype, sort of towards the right, there's that floating island out there. But if you look under Hype, and you look where the base of that house is down there, that house actually goes, it's sort of like kind of like a big end tree almost, like a big system of stemming. Which makes me think, like, what is this for, you know? Like, I can't put my mind around it, you know? Like, if they're gonna put this in the end, would it be non-destructible? Does that mean that the dragon can fly through it? Which, you know, makes sense. Is it going to be a way to, you know, resurrect the dragon? So we'll need to go through this little dungeon first. And so there's a lot of questions, because not only is there, what, 4 or 5 houses showing, which seems to be 2 different sizes. We've got, there's actually, it looks like there might be 3 different sizes, I can't tell. Because if you look at the bottom, at the very bottom stem, we've got that 3-story house, which kind of lets us into that tree. And then as you go up, there's a 2-story, and then there's a 1-story. But if you look behind it in the shadows, there's even more. And then if you look behind the word con and 2000 or 20, there's that really big shadow. So it's kind of hard to tell, like, you know, if there's going to be like a boss room, because that could totally be a boss room back there, because that's like that structure behind the con and the 20 is sort of, you know, so big that it could really be anything. So lots of changes coming out of the end today, or out of the last couple of days, and it's kind of hard to make sense of out of this right now. The only thing I know for a fact is it looks like we're getting some new blocks, maybe endwood, or I don't know what they would call that. Maybe end shards, I would assume, or crystal shards, or end crystals, or something to that nature. And that'll make that purple wood. And it looks like for the purple wood, we are getting at least planks or a solid block. And if you look at the detail around the roofs of those houses, it looks like we're going to get stairs. I don't know about slabs. I can't really see slabs, but it does look like we're at least going to get stairs. Now, that purple block could also be connected to the house, because if you look at that big stem system that we have connecting to each one of these houses, it's the same color. So you never know. Maybe we're getting a new type of purple wood and the vegetation's just there. Maybe that purple block won't break down into anything. Who knows? So there's a lot of changes coming, and it's still a little too soon to really tell. But this is huge news, because the end hasn't changed since it came out. So anyways, guys, the Jevinator challenge for this video is going to be 7 likes, and question of the day is going to be, how do you feel about this? This is a huge change. Me personally, I think the little crystals on the bottom, maybe a little bit less, depending on what their use is for, you know. But at the top of it, I think it looks pretty cool. I think the structure looks pretty awesome. Who knows what it's for just yet, though. So let me know what your comments and, you know, how you feel about this down in the description below. And once again, I apologize for the second news video in 2 days, but it happens. It happens. So I hope you guys all have a fantastic day. This is iJevin. Peace out.